Hello and welcome to Damn It Vacant, soon to be a live wrestling podcast. Now official with other social graphics. I am Ellis here with Joe and John. How are we feeling now that it's official that we are? You mentioned it last week, but now there's graphics.
Well, it's got a general, anxiety going on, but
it's just amplified that up to almost sort of nuclear levels. Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't know if anyone. Yeah, so we did mention it last week, but it is now official. There is a graphic. We'll be posting that out and stuff. It is.
You DM for the details, and
right. Well, whatever. But yeah. Spaces are limited due to me being quite fat, so you've got to work around that basically. But yeah, if you can DM us on Twitter or Instagram or possibly Blue Sky if we sort that out, because Twitter's a fucking cesspit. So if you want to come along to that, and you should, because it's going to be a laugh. We hope.
No, it will be. We've got some great people involved.
It's more about the people involved than it is about us.
We're going to be bumbling around, but the people involved, it's going to be great.
It's going to be fun.
But bring the questions. We already got. There's only about 10 or 13 places left or so.
Oh, really?
So,
oh,
yeah.
Oh! I'm glad someone's keeping track of it, because I don't know anyone. I don't deal with that side of it. So
I actually had no idea we had anyone coming.
Yeah, the room holds about 30, and then I was like, okay, but then I never accounted that we are part of that 30.
Oh, that's less good. Well, you should have.
That still leaves some people unaccounted for, so that's good. But yeah, maths is hard. It's going to be fun, and then we're going to go Laser Quest.
Are we? Yeah.
There's a Laser Quest in Morecambe.
There is.
I don't know if it will be open in December, but yeah, it'd be good. We're getting there early on the Friday as well, because Darren wants to get full use of his room.
I'll be getting there when I get there.
You're training it?
I think we're driving, but
okay. Sure. I'd say it's probably easier to drive, because I'm sure for you it'd be like 3 trains.
I've not even looked yet. I'm too scared of looking in case I have to do it, and it's like.
Morecambe does have an airport. No, it doesn't. It's the only airport in Britain that's got a cattle grid. Yeah, no.
No, it's exciting. Not long away. 3 weeks away. Yeah.
Shut up. My
3.5 weeks.
My ceremonial hat's not going to be ready in time.
Oh God, it is.
No, come join us. We'll keep promoting it. I'll put the poster image on. Thanks to Ethan as well. He's helped support kind of putting that together. Appreciate that.
Yeah, because
PW.
It's good having someone who knows what they're doing. Yeah.
That'd be good. How are you two anyway?
I'm very, very unlike normal. I'm very, very tired. They've changed how the system at work works to do stuff, and the new system does not work at all. Kind of. So all the stuff I used to do, it's now kind of more long-winded. But they do know when I get up to go to the toilet now, though. So that's good. So they can micromanage me.
Ideal.
Yeah, no, it's great. And all day I'm just fencing questions from people going, what about this? Like I fucking know.
That thing that Homer uses in that episode where he's too fat to go to work.
The nodding bird. Yeah.
Nodding bird, yeah.
My job's slightly more, not much more complex, but slightly more complex than that.
Pretend you're always at your desk.
I just don't care. What are they going to do? So I'm quite tired, and for that reason and that reason alone, and not because I've been playing Veilguard, there will be no Skinner news stories this week, because I've not been able to liaise with my network of spies. I think they might be unionizing.
That's a problem.
I mean, I could get some old school union busters with the tying onions to their belts, which was the style of the time. But I can't afford that either, because I've got a room in Morecambe to sodding bay for.
In winter.
And I've got to bring a load of 2Ps for the penny falls and see if I can outdo my 50p that I won last time. That only cost me £3.
We're doing this for the meme. How has this become a?
Yeah, I mean, it's what. You met me, John. You'll know I will go out of my way for the bit. Yeah, that's true. See, that's true. But yeah. Other than that, same old, isn't it? Really?
And I'm also very tired. I've been at gigs Monday and Tuesday night, and I can't do that anymore. Turns out I'm too old. I can't do I can't do multiple gigs in a row.
2 nights on the bounce is silly.
No. One of them was in
Chatted with
Glasgow as well.
Bernie the other day, and she didn't realise her age, and that she was closer to 40 than she realised she was.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Every time I fill a form in or someone asks me how old I am, I have to genuinely stop and think.
Yeah, I've got the maths now. I was born in this year, so.
Because I said to someone the other day, and Harley went, "No, you're not." And I was like, "Am I not?" And she went, "No." I was like, "All right." Genuinely thought I was. No, work out when you were born, and then take this year off it. I was like, "Oh shit." As we know, I don't do well with numbers.
Happens to the best. I was watching Seth Rollins did an interview last week, and there's a bit where they asked him, "How old are you now?" And he literally spends a whole minute. And then he comes back and went, no, I'm a year older than that.
Yeah, see, it's difficult because year 0 doesn't count. I'm not getting into that again.
Deep lore for the podcast.
One thing I did last week, do you remember I dressed as Cena for the party?
You told me you did, but I couldn't see you. Hey!
So on Friday, I was at a meeting at another school in the trust, and came back to my school, looked in my coat pocket, and I still had the Never Give Up headband in there, which I'd worn the jacket on the Halloween night, so I thought, fuck it. So I just wore it around school and in my lessons and stuff, my year 10s and 11s, as an acid test to see who understood it and who didn't. So you got a bunch of learners like,
was it not an acid test of how many people thinking you were having a breakdown?
How many people reported you to HR?
Yeah.
I periodically do stuff like that, and it really thrills them, especially given my position. And like, what's going on? Yeah, and then this one girl said something in the lesson. I was like, "You mocking me?" I was like, "You need an attitude adjustment." And I was like, "Hey." A couple of people were like, "Got that, sir."
Yeah.
And then staff were going. So one of the values of the school is a growth mindset. So some of the staff were like, "Why are you wearing that?" I was like, "It's growth mindset." It says never give up. Whereas some were like, "Cena, can't see you."
Never give up, never surrender. That's Galaxy Quest.
If a student had spent the whole lesson pretending that they couldn't see you, would that get them fewer marks or more marks?
Or more. Commitment to the bit. That's what we like.
See, that's what it's all about. Sticking with ridiculous ideas, no matter the personal cost to health or mental well-being. Yeah, it's fine.
Yep, it's all fine.
It's fine. Good, clean fun.
All right. Before we dive in, you went to not the show you planned to go to, but
we found out last week while we were recording. Well, just after we finished recording, that Sovereign Pro are on a temporary hiatus. So the show that was supposed to be Saturday that I was going to has been postponed until next year. Reasons given. It's not for us to, we want nothing but the best for them. I love Sov Pro. It's like my second favorite promotion. And I just, go away, sort yourselves out, get your head straight. We'll be here when you come back. Like, it's disappointing because I was really looking forward to it, as I always do. Looking forward to shows. But OTP out of Warrington, off the page. We're doing a show the same night in Warrington, so me and my brother went to that instead. Went on the train. My brother was very excited to get on the train. I was like, "It's not that exciting. It's a train." He's like, "I don't get the train very often." Like, yeah, but it's the train to Liverpool. It's not that exciting. And it wasn't because it was rammed. But yeah, we got there. We met Faye and Tom. Faye from Untitled Wrestling Podcast. We went to the Eagle and Spaceman, the people that do Cafe at the End of the Universe. They've got like a bricks and mortar pub building now. Had some banging food in there.
Oh, okay.
Delicious food. Went to the venue. It's basically in St Mary's Social Club. Like it's in a Catholic. It's great. Beers cheap. Lovely, friendly crowd, full of familiar faces that we know and some new people that we didn't. But and a great evening of wrestling. Like kind of. I mean it in the best possible way. A lot more chaotic than most shows I've been to in terms of just stuff going on. But a top evening of wrestling. Highlights being Tommy Jackson from Violent Gentleman Society booting a pint of water into the raffle tub. Not on purpose.
Soggy raffle.
It led to the chance of soggy. British wrestling fans will chant for literally anything, as well as we've discovered over the years of doing this. But yeah, their match against the Lineage was tremendous. Some absolute crimes happening in there. You forget how big people are when you've only seen them on like Twitch and stuff, and then you get up. Because it was not a small room, but it was a lot more close than you'd get at Solve or like something like that. But so it was a bit more in your face than that. We got to see Kev Lloyd against Pud.
Oh, nice.
He's now Kev Lloyd. No more sexual Kevin. Yeah, which my brother yelled at him, and he kind of got a look, and I was like, "Don't call him that." I think he's put that behind him now. I don't think he was annoyed, but like,
we don't do that now.
We don't do that now, no. But the bit that I really enjoyed was Drill. One of my favourites at Bolton Town Wrestling. One of my favourites everywhere. He feels like he's been around forever. Tremendous heel, like tremendous wrestler as well. Against Jacob Vadak, whose gimmick is that he is an Amish man, but he's also French. So he's got a big beard. He comes out with a hat on, and like the braces and stuff. Him and Drill had a hardcore match that was grotty and horrible as anything, but also had moments of just insanity with Drill throwing brioche at him.
This sounds exactly my kind of bullshit.
Yeah, Jacob pulling out a croissant from down the front of his pants and making him eat it. Like it was just really fun. I'd love to see more of him, of Jacob again, because he was really genuinely surprised. I've never seen him, never heard of him before. Yeah, I've found him and stuff. I believe he's a bus driver in France, or I've mistranslated it in my head when I read it. And he keeps going on about crabs as well. But again, could be a mistranslation on my part there. I did get an A star at GCSE, but that was a certain number of years ago. We don't know how many, but yeah, it was a.
No, we really don't.
No, we don't. A great, like a lovely card from top to bottom. We got RPD made a surprise appearance and killed a mummy.
What?
I don't know, because I've never been there before. I don't know who like the stories going on are, but a guy came home with a load of bandages wrapped around his head and got murdered by RPD in about 3 minutes. Like so.
Yeah, this is exactly my.
Yeah. But again, it wasn't just all silly. There was like genuinely the OTB championship between Max Brooker and Liam Carr. There was a bit where genuinely me and my brother bit when we thought Liam Carr had thrown his knee out.
Oh no.
No, he hadn't. But he's like, my brother went, "I'm sure he landed weird then." And Faye was like, "Yeah, he did." And when he stood up, like his knee went the wrong way. But apparently that's just a thing he can do.
Triggering.
Because then he super kicked him on that knee, so he was fine. It was all a ruse. But it was just, like I said, the next one is February. Let me just double check because I can't remember. I did write it down. February the 8th. It's a Saturday. St. Benedict's Social Club in Warrington. Get along to it if you can, because it was a great night. Drinks are cheap. I don't know whether they had food, but there's like I said, we went to the thingy beforehand, and it was just great fun.
Sounds awesome.
A top night. Yeah, we'll be going again to the dog stabbing them. Someone's just knocked on the door. But yeah, and other than that, I didn't really do much. It was good. We got a taxi back as well because there was no way I was getting back on a train after having like 5 pints of mild.
Yeah, that's fair. It's more of a.
But it was only like 30 quid home, to be fair. So
not bad.
And it only took like 25 minutes as opposed to like an hour it would have took waiting for trains and trams, and that's in the long run, cost and time. I don't know.
Time.
Yeah. Anyway.
Jones.
Kicking off with a tiny bit of Vince news. Apparently, more of Vince McMahon's alleged victims have reached out to Janelle Grant's attorney, Ann Callis, and the attorney's team are in the process of vetting those who have been in contact. Callis told BJ Bethel of SES Scoops, "I can say generally Janelle has been courageous in speaking out about her situation. Her hope is that she's an example to other people who feel they are not alone and they can speak out themselves, and we have been seeing that. I have had several people contact me and we are doing vetting and going through that process."
It's not going to matter though, is it?
Oh,
with the way America's going, he's just gonna.
So I read something about this, and it's you're probably right with the federal investigation, but the actual civil suit that might still happen.
Okay, then I hope it does, because
Well, obviously, Linda McMahon's front runner to run some department. I can't remember which one, but
they donated millions to his party, didn't they? So
yeah, that's fun. I'll do this one as well. I'll be the bearer of bad news. Scorpio Jr., Rafael Nunez, has passed away at the age 58. He's on near 40-year career, long stints in CMML and AAA. He actually returned to AAA earlier this year after over 7 years of being away. His final match on in team with Alan Stone and Zumbido in a 6-man tag team match against La Shotas and Pimpinela Escalata.
That's Pimpinela in Spanish.
Yeah, I just got that as I was saying it. Took me a minute, but I got there at the end. He's won the CML World Tag Team Championships on 2 occasions back in 1999 with his then partner Bestia Savage, and also held the UWA UWF Tag Team Championships and the UWA Trio Championships 3 times.
Not someone who I'm aware of, but
Not me either. But
I'm going to go and hunt down some of his stuff. Yeah. It's a shame as well. 58's not there again. But
well, I don't know him either, but 40
Luchador
years in wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stuck a toll.
Okay. What I feel is going to be a recurring news section, WWID. On November the 9th, they revealed that Marcus Mathers and Sam Hardway Holloway as the newest ID talent. There was a segment where William Regal walked into the locker room with the contracts and gave it to them. Welcome to the program. Booker T announced that Ice William has signed with WWID. He's been wrestling for Future Stars of Wrestling in Las Vegas. He's worked as an enhancement talent in AEW and Ring of Honor in recent years, including losing to the Outrunners in 2024.
You son of a bitch.
It was announced last Sunday that GAL has received a contract as well. GAL wrestles for the likes of Wrestling Open and Beyond Wrestling. He's a graduate from Elite Pro Wrestling Training Center, one of the training schools that was in the original WWID designation. They will reveal new development prospect at the Memphis Wrestling on November 17th. Apparently Timmy Thatcher is involved as well, whether it's in a coaching or training capacity, it's not sure, but he's involved with the program.
It's a terrifying first train, isn't it?
I know. Holy shit, no. The ID program will also extend to talent who are on the indies, who have been signed to major companies in the past, assuming they're a good fit. And many of the deals were solidified a while ago. Some talent signed or agreed to have already, and some of the talent signed or agreed to have already worked with AEW or Ring of Honor dates since taking those thoughts.
Yeah, that's not English, whatever I've written there.
It's fine. We got there in the end. Mathers was a bit of a...
That's a good sign, though, people working AEW Ring of Honor dates.
Yeah,
I was just like, Mathers is a GCW sort of stalwart, but...
Oh, okay. I didn't really know him.
Yeah,
I've not watched too much GCW yet.
Well, it's my Saturday night. Can't be bothered going to bed, stay up treat.
Sounds good.
Lance Anoa. Sean Ross Sapp reported that Lance has secured his release from MLW last year. On November the 7th, Muscle Man Malcolm posted a photo of Lance
I don't know. I'm going off what the thing said.
In an NXT outfit with other Performance Center talent, prompting Fightful to inquire within WWE about status. Those that they spoke to within the company confirmed that Noah did sign with WWE this summer. However, he's been sidelined with an injury. He isn't immediately planned for a creative within NXT or the main roster because he most likely won't cleared for a while.
Bloodline for...
I mean, Bloodline 3.0. When it's just, I don't know, toddlers in there.
Sign most children immediately.
Yes.
Soon enough, they'll be able to run a PLE like Evolution, the women's team. It's just a bloodline.
All Anoa wrestling.
And Sami Zayn.
AEW. Sami Zayn. He's
an honorary.
Yeah.
Are allowed, yeah. I mean, I kind of get it, but come on, mate. They can't all be that good.
Don't know. Maybe they can.
In fairness, I was talking to me the other day, because other people that could be in the bloodline, the War Games teams, he's like, the Jacob's brother could be there, and I was like, Zilla, and he's like, Zilla for 2, and I was like, wow, it's not someone that's on his radar of WWE TV, but he's been looking into it, and he's learned about other wrestlers, and he's been watching them. I was like, that's good.
He's been getting about a bit. He's sometimes problematic, I believe, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing bad, just professional stuff. But yeah, I mean, why not? Get everyone in.
Pull them up.
Bring them all in. Even with children. You can have like a...
Children, wives,
virtual fight with kids type situation where you get the kids fighting. It'll be great.
Yeah, they can play WK24 of that match in the back, and you can cut between the two if you want. I don't know.
Have a crash, like Raw Underground, but it's the bloodline crash. So the children.
You would not want to run that crash.
Walking
into the room trying to feed.
Just a lot of toddlers suplexing each other.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds fun, actually.
Yeah, but not if you're in charge of their safety.
Just put it in a fuzzy heads wacky warehouse, don't you?
That does sound fun.
It's all soft play, yeah.
Yeah. Malachi Black update, or everything he does is interpreted as him immediately leaving AEW. After the match of Adam Cole, he rejected a handshake and hugged Adam Cole, and many afterwards speculated that it could be a send-off. Fightful have heard that the match is not a send-off, and he is scheduled to keep wrestling for AEW.
He did a thing on
video
on Instagram.
Yeah,
saying, I'm fine. I haven't been injured for like 4 years. Every time I do something, you're like, well, that's him going. And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm not. Like, I would tell you if I was. And then Brody King was like, he's going to start, what was it, a traveling cat circus?
Yeah.
He showed me some videos one time. Like, I read that as him trying to turn Cole.
Yeah, I think he's trying to recruit him.
Yeah, that's how I read it, because he kind of sat down and just was like, hit me with the boom, weren't he? He didn't try and fight out of it or anything. So it's the Malachi equivalent of black sicking on someone, which he has done as well. But you know what I mean? It's you can't do that twice. Yeah. That's how I interpreted it. But obviously everyone's like, no, he's going to go back to WWE. And it's like, he might do, but not every little thing he does is, well, that's a sign that he's going. I don't know.
Because he tried to. Didn't he try to a couple of years ago? He wanted to release so he could go back.
Again, I think that was speculation. I think because he wasn't being...
There were rumours he wanted to go back in 2022, but no one knows if he actually wanted to or not. And AEW weren't interested in letting people out of their deals go back to WWE, whether him or anyone else.
But I think just because he wasn't being used. I think that people go, oh, it's because he's injured. And it's like, he isn't injured. It's just... The problem with AEW has always been there's too many people and not enough going on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, and it's a shame.
I will maintain forever that House of Black had a great trios gimmick with the House Rules, and then no one used it.
No one ever used it. Used it once when they banned Julia from ringside, and that was it. But the House of Black trios run was underwhelming, but could have been tremendous. But again, we wished for those trios belts for so long, and then they came along and they've just done out with them.
They don't have a monkey's paw. Is that what's going on? All the wishes are going very wrong.
It is a kind of cursed monkey style situation. Yes, the turkey is a little dry.
Ring of Honor's TV deal. Recent reports claim Ring of Honor were close to securing a new TV deal. Follow-up report from old Meltzer said the news has been a cause of early celebration among lower card Ring of Honor talent, with some of the recent TV tapings in Philadelphia calling a potential deal light at the end of it.
Hopefully. It certainly helped if it was
on TV.
Yeah.
It just feels like, right, the AEW TV deal is done. What else can we do? Oh, Ring of Honor have got one coming. Let's talk about that for 9,000 years then.
Okay, I'll provide weekly updates forever. Even if
please, hourly ones, John, please.
Okay. I'll write a little Twitter bot that just says no news.
Guess what? No. Mini stories. As of earlier this year, there is no date planned for anything regarding a launch, announcement, or anything at all for NXT Europe.
Remember that?
Yeah, man.
Barely.
The picture of Triple H stood in front of that map with NXT India, NXT South America, all these things. I mean, COVID kind of didn't help, but also...
And the merger. They blame the merger for delaying stuff, but...
Yeah, all right.
I think it might not be happening at all.
Bryan Danielson is hoping to avoid surgery and try out some stem cell treatments. His neck has been messed up quite some time, obviously, but towards the end of his AEW run, he wasn't hiding how banged up he was. The hope is that he can avoid surgery and rehab his injury. It was like pictures of him in a... No, I think that was just an old man, I think, with a beard, now I think about it. I'm getting it confused with that aggressive man in the wheelie bin full of water who tries to fight someone and falls over. Anyway, WWE have introduced a women's mid-card title for some reason, with the Women's United States Championship unveiled on the November 8th edition of SmackDown.
It was confusing, because then after it was revealed, then Michael Cole kind of suggested it'll be on both brands, the champion between both. I was a bit split on it, but then I'll talk about it later on in general as well. Like, women wrestling is not being treated well in general across both companies. Not in NXT, they are doing very well in terms of the women stories and spotlighting them. But there's never any challengers like on the main roster.
No.
Like, oh, let's just bring this person out of the woodwork. We'll give them a match. So then I thought about it, I was like, well, if they do this right, this is how they build the challengers. Because if you think of someone like, so I think there's potential. Like, if you think of like Gunther, he's like world champion now. What propelled him to that? Obviously, he's incredible, but he had that 600-day reign as Intercontinental Champion. The fans really got to see him work. He wasn't just, here's a world title shot.
Yeah.
So if they do it right, it could be actually what the division needs to have other stories outside of your title. Yeah, Chelsea Green would be great.
Build up. So have you seen Chelsea Green's t-shirt?
No.
It's like six like a celebrity square styling of her doing emotions. It's like it's quite fun. I'll find it.
I like it. Yeah, we'll see. They've not announced tournament or how they're going to actually decide a champion, but
Charlotte Flair's coming back. She's not had that one yet. It's new. She'll be the first. She's got to be the first one to have it, hasn't she?
And she'll win it,
She
lose
will.
it, win it again, all on the same night. Just to up the reins.
Yep. Oh God, get that. Put that monkey paw away, John. The Hammerstein Ballroom is planned venue for Ring of Honor Final Battle. This was Ring of Honor's first time returning to the ballroom since 2019. The company has not been there since the Tony Khan era began in 2022. They held many shows at the ballroom, which was previously used by ECW in its later years. Collision will also be filmed there as well. It's a lovely building.
That derby going off the rafters.
Off the top balcony, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just bouncing down them stairs like. Forbidden Door is planned for the O2 Arena, according to Fightful. Coldplay.
The only arena.
There's nothing. I told you, anything north of Watford is just the frozen north, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Coldplay have booked out Wembley for 10 days. That's cocky of them. That have already sold out. Oh shit, I say that back. That have already sold out when AEW would usually have had all in.
Instant karma.
Fucking Coldplay at Wembley. What a dreary night that is. It's just
Not for me.
And Twisted
Just had like
Metals.
Glastonbury, didn't it?
I mean, I don't mind it. It's just not for me. It's just all a bit like Jez in Peep Show. Oh my God, when are we going to get to the fucking end? That's all their songs are for me.
Yeah, that sums it up well nicely.
And wasn't he married to that lass who puts like jade eggs up her fanny? You know. Anyway, Iron Man's wife. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can't think of her name.
Kate Blanchett.
No.
Dolores Doubloons. Yeah. Twist and season 2 of Twisted Metal.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
There we go. Yes. Twisted Metal season 2 was finished filming. I thoroughly enjoyed the first season of it. Harvey not so much, but I thought it was a great silly program.
I've only seen the first couple of episodes, but I enjoyed it. I don't know why I've not gone back to it.
I did it all in like 2 days. Yeah.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far.
It's just good silly and Joe and Slash. Job. What's his name? The guy, Job from Arrested Development. I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't remember.
Will.
Terrell.
Will something, isn't it?
Will Arnett.
There you go.
Yeah, tremendous as Sweet Tooth. So he should be back soon. Which again, just another body in the mix there. But if you haven't watched Twisted Metal, I think it's on Paramount Plus here, or whatever it's called. It's well worth a watch because it's kind of nothing to do with the games, and it's more kind of.
I don't remember the games having any sort of plot, so.
Later on, they did. Like you had to go rescue Sweet Tooth's daughter from hell or something. I remember at one point, or you got a wish if you won. Yeah, it was weird.
I remember none of this.
It's kind of like The Last of Us, but with car driving and no mushroom people. So in a lot of ways, it's nothing like The Last of Us. But it's a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and you've got to drive cars from one place to another as like a courier. Yeah, it's fun. I enjoyed it. It was a good laugh, and it's got forget it. My brain's not working with names today.
Whatever name.
Rosa Diaz is in it as well. Stephanie Patrice, but also the other man from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, who she goes out with for ages. Jason Mantzoukas is in it as well.
Oh, is he in it?
As like a weird preacher man. Yeah. So that's 2 reasons alone. But yeah, go and watch that or don't. I'm not your dad.
Show reviews then. We already mentioned the women's championships. Might as well finish off the SmackDown stuff. Tag titles, they're getting defended, getting good tag team wrestling going on. Motor City Machine Guns champions there. They had a really good match with A-Town Down Under, but the bigger story was to set up that next week there'll be a tag title match with Street Profits one-on-one. One team versus one team against each other, which will be brilliant. It's just nice to see the tag titles having their own stories that are just about tag teams and not about bloodlines or Judgment Days or anything like that. So because the scene on Raw, I think I forgot the Judgment Day have the tag titles, Finn and JD. I think they've not defended him in it's either they've had him for 100 days and have defended it once, or they haven't defended it in 100 days. One of the two. Either way.
I couldn't tell you when the last time they defended them was.
Whereas Motor City Machine Guns out here, putting on matches.
Work rate.
Spotlighting the titles. Big fan of that. On Raw, Gunther is his number one challenger is Priest. That's going to be at Survivor Series confirmed. I was a bit like, well, we did this at not Survivor, at SummerSlam when he won the title, when he was doing all the street trash stuff. I liked how they flipped this though, because Priest came out and interrupted him, and he was about to do the street trash line. Priest just cut him off and absolutely eviscerated Gunther for 3 minutes on the mic. Very, very good promo work from Priest.
Lovely
Where he
stuff.
basically went, "Stop! I know what you're going to say. You're going to say I'm street trash, blah, 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 blah." And then he was like, "But your aura has been diminishing. You lost at WrestleMania to Sami. When you've gone to Saudi, you've lost to Cody. Your aura is diminishing and I can see it. And I'm going to basically slap the shit out of you and take that title back." Ludwig Kaiser, fuming, comes out. Price starts to cut a promo on Priest and Gunther just mutes him. He takes the mic off him because he's pissed off at Ludwig. And yeah, he backs away. He backs away from Priest, who then beats up Ludwig.
Okay.
So the story is
I'll come out to
different.
defend your boss.
I know. So the story is different. It's an interesting take. Priest is the confident one, and Gunther's kind of suffering with his own mortality, if you like, because he's lost clean, which he accepted. He said, "Yeah, I lost clean. I was a better man." So
I mean, the graphic
Priest
for
beat
the
Kaiser
show,
later on in the night. Oh, with the
graphic for that
Intercontinental
match
title,
had the belt on him, so that was weird.
the Intercontinental Championship was on.
Yeah, I was like, just lazy graphics work, but yeah.
Yeah.
Update
So,
the files.
It's important.
it was very late. It's like the whatever show it was when it was like insert name here.
Oh yes, yeah.
Very much enjoyed that one. But yeah, no, it's an interesting take on it. If you're going to go back to a match, you've got to do it in a different story, in a different kind of way.
Oh yeah. It's better than just keep doing the same thing over and over again, which is what WWE did for such a long time. So yeah, it's nice. It's refreshing.
Yes, and later on in the night, he beat Kaiser in a one-on-one match as well. So that's kind of played into it all. Other main takeaways. So Survivor Series is coming up. It's obviously War Games. It's clear the men's one. There's a lot of stories involved there. There's a lot to get invested in. And I was really hoping, please don't do a women's one for the sake of doing a women's one, because there's not really stories that warrant that.
No.
And they ended the show with a women's tag title match: Jade Bianca versus Liv Morgan and Raquel, and it ended up in big brawl. Io Sky was out there, Naomi, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany makes sense because she's got the briefcase, so she could cash in on Liv. And they were just all out there, and I was just like, "Oh, you're going to force a War Games, aren't you? Just a bunch of random women." And it'll be a great match, it will. But I'm like, it feels like we're doing a pay-per-view called Hell in a Cell. Let's put a Hell in a Cell match on.
I mean,
whereas, what made the Punk go?
Io with a bin on her head for the third time, then I'll be happy. Like,
yeah,
now
all you need.
I'm not going to say it here because I'm kind of annoyed. I've seen it. They did a double taping of Raw, and there's a lot of people that posting spoilers already, as they do.
Boo.
There is a spoiler for next week, which makes it make a little bit more sense. But there's a lot of people in there. I'm like, you're just there to build up the numbers. What I would not have been averse to is if they'd have gone, you know what, there will be a women's War Games match, but it's going to be the NXT women, because they had a 5-on-5 match on the ECW show.
This last week, yeah.
Yeah, and they had a 5-on-5 tag match. I was like, that literally could have been your War Games match. Could have gone, you know what, women, we can't do that here. You're gonna have to go to War Games for that.
No.
And that
all the winners of that go up and do main roster versus NXT.
Either way would have been good. So yeah, they'll put on a great match, but it's a bit lazy booking for me in terms of throw the women in. And a bit before, this will be a kind of running theme, like the women need to be kind of treated a little bit better. And then the only other thing that ran across both shows was the men's War Games, which is a completely different vibe because there's lots of stories. Starting off SmackDown with Roman, doesn't even speak, interrupted by Jay. He brings out Sami, and Roman listens to Sami. Sami just says, "I want you to apologize. I want you to apologize to Jay, and I'll help you. I'll help you against them, but you need to apologize to Jay for everything you've done." Roman says, "I'm sorry" to Jay, and then he just goes, "I'm sorry that you're wasting my time right now having to listen to this absolute goon. Like, he's not our family. Get the hell out of my ring."
He's learned nothing.
He hasn't learned nothing. He walks off, but then the family walk out on Roman, like in backstage segments. Jay walks away, he's like, not okay, and even Jimmy just like, dude, you're not learning.
Jimmy's going to Waffle House.
Jay said to him, "I told you I'm not doing this. That's your one strike. That's it. That's your one warning, and then I'm gone." And then he walked off and let him think. The end of the night was Solo Sikoa then with his crew, his acknowledgement ceremony. Roman came out to interrupt, and it was just Roman all alone. And Solo went, "If you want to keep fighting me, then we'll have to go to War Games." And he said, "You're going to need to find 4 other people that will fight with you." And Roman's like, 4 other people? He went, "There's only 4 of you." And then Solo points to them all. He went, and the fifth one's my dog, Sami Zayn. And then Sami comes out looking very sad. Roman's face is like absolutely shell-shocked. Sami's betrayed him. The Usos run past Sami, don't pay heed to him, get fighting. They're getting beaten down. And then Solo calls Sami in to give a haluva kick to Roman. But Sami delivers it to Solo instead. Crowd go wild.
Ah, nice.
They
Wheels
fight
with
them
him.
down.
Wheels.
Yeah, Solo's fallen for the bait. And Sami's just staring at Roman and like nodding at him. The Usos put their hands up, the ones up. Sami does the same, and then Roman nods and does the same as well. And that was the end for SmackDown.
He's still not apologised, though.
That's the point. He had not apologised.
He's still not apologised.
Not apologised.
It's just 3 little words.
It is, which I assume will play out over the next few weeks. So then on what wasn't picked up is Roman was then shouting at Solo, go and get your fifth. Because there was rumours it would just be a 4 versus 4.
Yeah.
It's not going to be. So the story now is who the fifth person's going to be. And that's what then played out on Raw. And Sami told the Usos, like, leave it with me. I'll go and sort someone. And Jimmy's like, who the hell do you know? And he's like, just leave it to me. The only other bit on Raw was Bronson and Seth. It's been announced that they are going to have another match next week because they just continued fighting, as they have been doing. Seth's like, fuck this, like, I need to fight him again. That's announced for Raw next week. And after his fight, Sami came up to Seth and he was like, I want you to join the War Games team. Like he said, Roman better than anyone. I know you had your fallouts, but you were family, you were the Shield. And, I want you in this team because you make sense. And Seth goes, are you fucking mad? Like it's a proper serious. Seth was like a little MVP of promos. So are you mad? He said, I was a literal shield against that tyrant for Cody, for you. I am not teaming with that man. And he went, and I'm disappointed that you are. After everything he's put you through, what the hell are you doing? Do not ask me again. And he walked away. Later on in the night, he's been interviewed by Kathy Kelly, and Solo is then stood waiting for him in the parking lot. And Solo's like, Seth, do you want to join my team for him? You don't like Roman. And Seth went, the next time I see Roman, I'm going to stomp his head into the mat. And absolutely destroy him. And Solo's like, yes, come and join us and do it. And he went, but I ain't teaming with a wannabe Roman Reigns. And then he just walked off and left Solo stood there.
Seth's good.
I don't know.
No shit.
He's not actually playing. He's not playing a character. It's just a general vibe.
It is fine. And he wasn't wrong. My only thing, I think it would be a little bit like Blood and Guts, where the Elite got Hangman in. If Solo went and recruited Bronson to tease Seth out, that's the only way I could see it. But if they do that, they just need to let them two go at it and really not be involved in anything else going on over here.
Put them two in first, don't you?
Yeah.
Give them the opening 10 minutes,
Yeah, let them kill each other. There's this recruitment going on, and then I missed it because I was like, advert, I'll skip on. Sheamus and Bronson, Bron Breakker, too many Brons. Bron Breakker and Sheamus Intercontinental title next week. They actually highlighted speed. They had an interaction on speed. Bron Breakker was like, I want the speed championship. I'm the fastest wrestler here. I want 2 championships. Sheamus apparently cost him. It's kind of good business because they never highlight speed. No one cares about it, but they were like, okay, it's a real thing. And after that match was announced, Jimmy then slipped in and said to Bron Breakker, like, you want to go for a chat? And I did say to you weeks ago, they hinted Jacob Fatu and Bron Breakker had a stir down when he won back the title, and that Paul Heyman has been very big on Bron Breakker and somehow getting him involved. So you've got Jimmy trying to recruit him, you've got Sami trying to recruit Seth, but then also remember, is he doing that out of a nasty sense? Because that man took the Intercontinental title of both Jay and Sami.
Yep, I see.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the story. Recruiting the fifth person. Again, apparently there are spoilers out there for who them 5 people are on the Take Raw. I've managed to avoid them. I've just not managed to avoid the women's one. So, yeah, full steam ahead.
Didn't KO kill someone?
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. yeah. Randy came out and just basically called out KO, who just came out and hit an actual pile driver on Randy, which has not been seen on WWE TV since CM Punk did it. John Cena in the match that Butcher always talks about as being one of the best Raw matches he's seen. I actually watched it the other week. It was very good. He hit that, but they sold it wonderfully. Just everyone in the ring just going crazy at it. The commentators putting over the injuries that Randy's had. The medics, the full... It's that whole Let It Breathe thing. You had the...
Oh, yeah.
You just followed it all out. Randy's making, like, noises like he's dying. and Cody gets into the ambulance with him, and off they go. And the commentators are like, that move is banned. It is banned for a reason. Absolutely disgrace that he's pulled that out. I was like, great business, Orange.
It was just as like a stunt pile driver. It wasn't even like a package, right? It wasn't like
It wasn't, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like the steam pile driver.
Unpackaged one, yeah.
Yeah, coward.
But it was a good thing of, okay, if you've protected a move, well, you can actually use that protection.
It was tremendous to see because everyone was going mental, and I'm like, yeah, but they've not used pile drivers in WWE for years, like, and to bust it out as like, this is how angry he is that he's prepared to, do the equivalent of a burning hammer on him, then like.
And somewhere KO's making a list, and Sami Zayn's very quickly getting himself to the top of that list.
Yeah.
People were saying Cody's gone in the ambulance with Randy, going, well, this could then be a catalyst for Randy just turning, because Randy's only in this because he was trying to stop Cody and KO beefing. And now he's nearly had his career potentially ended by KO. Could be the final thing that turns him. Yeah, thank you.
It's interesting though, isn't it? It's actually kind of like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's nice. Yeah. Dynamite. My main standouts, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin against Bastard Squad. I refuse to call them Death Riders.
Why?
Oh, no. Bastard Squad's better.
Yeah, it's not quite as marketable, though. I think that's the problem. That's what AEW going to use.
Oh, yeah, they're going to win on all the T-shirts, aren't they?
We'll make our own T-shirts. We'll make some Damn It Vacant T-shirts for Morecambe
Squad on the back. Yeah. Just again, I'm liking where this is going. I think like Mox has said this week, Andy, that like he's rebuilding this from the ground up after hearing hearing someone
his interview.
Hearing someone, some creative say, well, it doesn't matter, it's lower card. And he went, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah, again, also, it doesn't matter, it's the bottom of the card. Can you imagine saying that? Like, you're fucking fired, go work at Sunglass Hut. You should be fucking pistol whipped for saying that.
I mean, yeah. Mox's immediate go-to is let's just pistol whip him.
You won't do it again.
No, it's a testament to Mox, the character, that I read that and I was like, I don't know if this is reality or not.
But no, I think it's true though. Like, just because you're lower card doesn't mean you say it's less important. There should be those stories in the lower card. And like, as you're going to get onto in a bit, the women's division, like, there should be stories going on, not just this is for the belt and that's that, and then they move on to the next person and put them in. You need to have moving parts there.
I said this last week with Anna Jay, right? With the title match.
Yeah.
How is she going to get anywhere if she's just losing title matches? We need to get her in like a feud with someone.
There's enough women there that are of that level to build her up. And you've got, they've put the TBS Championship on Mercedes Moné, who ain't jobbing to no one, like, for a while until she gets the big belt, is she? So that's kind of killed that belt off.
I was going to say, it feels like
it's stalled that massively. But you've still got enough women in the main picture to move about and have stuff going on.
Yeah.
Where's Toni Storm?
She went off into the streets of Japan and was never seen again.
Yeah, but she did that after London as well, didn't she?
Yeah, she was never seen again. That was the video. It's like,
yeah, it was.
Every time she lost something, she went off into the streets of whatever city she was in and was never seen again.
Yeah,
but then reappears.
Yeah. But yeah, there's enough people there to warrant doing this stuff with it, and it kind of annoys me that they don't, because
have you noticed that more people are talking about the dark denim of Orange Cassidy?
I did. Well, when I saw it, I paid close attention this time. I was like, oh yeah, it is. I don't really, look at stuff like that. But which is weird because Darby just beating everyone with a skateboard. I'm like, oh,
is this when he jumped off the entrance?
Yeah. But yeah, it's obviously building to either blood and guts or some kind of us versus them thing. But I quite like the fact that Orange is still kind of reticent to be in charge of it all.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, like, Darby will fight. I've seen Darby fight a dog for a hot dog, like, you know what I mean? It's but it's just actually like quite a good thing. And I can't remember, was it the end of this or was it somewhere else where like they chased them off out of the ring and there was a look, there's just a Mox turns and looks and there's a kind of moment of, oh, hang on a minute, I may have took something out of a box that I can't get back in now in Cassidy.
That's interesting. That's cool.
There was the Cole versus Black match, which was great fun as well.
Yeah, it's a good match. Adam Cole really distracts me. I wish he would do his fake tan before he puts his knee pads on and stuff. Awful. Yeah. Like luminous on my screen.
That
Good match.
highlight how
Bit of
deadly
an
his knee is.
Yeah, it's a bit of a black and gold throwback. This fucking
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Also, the other fun thing that I've noticed is that Father Christian has abandoned Nick Wayne for his new favorite son, Kit.
See Nick's face when he gave Kit.
Yes. And he goes through sons, doesn't he?
Was this the one when he played the video of "This is the moment I realised"? And it was when he went to cash in and he stole the contract.
Yeah.
And then when he went backstage, Claudio and Pac were stood there menacingly. He was like, "I'd have blown the contract if I'd have done it," and he knew.
That was really Collision, I think.
Oh, was it?
Dynamite was when Hook. He was having a go at Hook about his dad, who isn't dead. So why his powers are not at full. Christian's powers are not at full strength because Taz is very much still alive.
Oh yeah, but I think this happened first, didn't it? They called.
To be honest, it must have happened because I've seen it and I didn't watch Collision. So
well, it must have done then, yes.
But I like that because I remember it happening at the time. I was like, oh, that's a cool moment. But the callback to it, I was like, oh, yeah, Nick Wayne's not happy. We had MVP as well, the Hurt Syndicate opening the show.
Oh yes, Ricochet, wasn't it? We just wanted to wish you good luck.
Yeah, they're trying to recruit him.
I mean, it doesn't fit into the bracket of huge dudes, but I guess they need someone to hit other people with, and Ricochet could be essentially a baton they could just use to hit people with. Penelope Ford versus Jamie Hayter was tremendous, if very brief.
Very short. 5 minutes. Under
there
5 minutes.
There was a sequence in that.
4 minutes 38 seconds.
There you go. There was a sequence with the moonsault and the brainbuster, and then the weird Bray Wyatt crab thing into a cutter.
That was great.
And I was like, more of this. And I've missed Penelope Ford.
I have as well.
I've not seen her in Asia, and she seems to have again come on leaps and bounds. But it's 4 minutes. 4 minutes of your former women's world champion crushing someone, and again, this is one of my major beefs with AEW as well, is that we get someone's dominant. We know that they're a monster. I don't need to see it week in, week out. I'm looking at you, Wardlow. I'm looking at you, Hobbs. It's...
Yeah, but it's almost like they go, oh, we forgot to
do anything with this.
Yeah. Just get someone in the back who's not had a match in a while, and they'll throw them around for a bit.
And it was back in the pre-main event spot that we used to talk about.
Yes, it was in the go for a slash as here's an advert break spot.
Yeah, but because I don't watch Rampage or not always Collision until I'd read that article that I shared with you, and Stephanie Chase is like AEW's been her passion for a very long time, but she's outspoken on people like employing Ric Flair or Vince McMahon or treatment of women and all that. She's very outspoken on that, and she highlighted that across 5 hours of television. There was a squash match on Collision. There was a 4 minute, 38-second match here. So across 5 hours, there was about 10 minutes dedicated to women.
Yep.
And then she was just comparing that to how NXT opened and started the show with 14-minute plus matches and actual stories. And it's like, if you read it, I don't know if you've read it, she kind of feels a bit crushed because she was so excited for AEW.
Yep.
She's like, this is going to be the difference. We're gonna really push it. And just like, you don't give a shit outside of the Tony and Mariah. But now I'm like, oh, I'm not. Where's my?
What's Mariah doing?
Mariah. She was doing the stuff with Anna Jay. That was mostly on Collision. And to be fair, it did make me watch Collision because I was like, I want to see that match. But then I'm like,
no, but it is right. It has had like 2 or 3 renaissances since AEW's thing where they get momentum behind the women's division and then they just forget about it and it just falls by the wayside.
If Mercedes arriving didn't do it, I don't know what will.
Yeah, and I love her. And I was, after reading that article, because people shit talk on Mercedes and that, want to criticize everything. I'm like, if Mercedes left AEW now, and then this time next year I said to you, tell me what you remember about Mercedes' run.
Stephanie Vaquer, that's about it.
Stuff with Willow, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But if you ask me a year from now, I wouldn't remember it.
Because was it on last week's or this week's when they did the running over of Statlander?
Yeah, there was some car-based crimes,
Yep.
Yeah, and it's just like, as you say, if they've got her and they can't do anything. And my 2 big ones that I'm stuck on is Jamie Hayter.
Yep.
And again, I brought this up at the time. It's like, no, it's fine because we do pre-shows different. She got brought back on the pre-show of All In.
Yep.
The argument was, we do pre-shows different. It's like, makes you want to buy it. Well, she had no impact on the main card, so how does it make you want to buy it?
She had no impact in the buy-in either. She came out and chased them out of the ring. That was it. She should have stomped everyone's faces in.
Yeah,
Yes.
she didn't do anything physical, did she?
No.
And what she done since? She's done a few squash matches, but we were all so hyped. We were like, God, she's gonna come back. It's gonna be a feud with Britt. And I know there's been Britt stuff, but
Put her with someone
she's the one.
else.
Yeah, put a proper feud on, and then Statlander. I just can't get over that Statlander turn. You've built up this whole story for so long, and then just go, nah, screw it. Mercedes needs an opponent. You're gonna do a face turn that makes no sense.
Absolutely
And then-
zero sense.
And you can do turns and keep consistency, which is why, like, when you were like, Roman's technically a face, but still ain't said sorry. Still a dick. People still remember what you've done. You can do. It feels very old WWE of, oh, we need a good guy now, so you're going to turn.
That's it.
Like,
Yeah,
you're so much better.
Yeah.
And
You
for
were
something,
better.
For something that when we used to say AEW had storylines that made sense and things were good, and this just it doesn't seem to have that. Have Hayter get involved for the TBS championship? She's got to fight her way back up to the top again.
yeah.
Like
Hate you, Mercedes.
have that as a three-way go round. Like just something, anything. Get Yuka in there as well, so they can just throw her around. Like,
that's your answer to everything. Get Yuka.
I mean,
Is Mina back this week? Wasn't there a Mina thing? Yeah. There was a QR code, wasn't there?
Yeah.
If you scan the QR code, it took you to a video about Tony Storm.
Yeah.
That was good. Is that They're putting so much effort into Tony Storm and all that stuff. And that was incredible storytelling.
Yeah,
the best story of the last
year. But
so
as soon as she went, they were like, "Oh, we got nothing."
Yeah.
Don't look at the man behind the curtain. It was literally like.
Yeah. But again, even with that, retrospectively, sorry, where was it placed at All In? Tony stacks his biggest matches in his head at the end of the card. He doesn't kind of space them out. He put it on as a second match at All In, and he put Britt and Mercedes right towards the end, which was
the worst of the two matches as well.
Yeah, it was.
So it wasn't even treated at All In with the prestige position that he would normally put it in. So yeah. Women's wrestling across main roster WWE, AEW, it's kind of pissing me off right now.
I'm with you, man. Like I said, there's enough. It's not like when like a lot of people were injured and they had no one there, or during COVID when I saw Nyla Rose fight literally anything. I'm fairly sure she fought a dustbin 1 week, like
dustbin with eyes on it. Yeah,
it was just there was just because it was something, it was anything, you know what I mean? But there's enough people there now.
Not only do they have
stuff going on, and there just isn't.
And I know they've
got people, and they've got 5 hours a week to fill.
Basically what I'm about to say. They've got time. Like, Dynamite's usually great, but there's 3 more hours that we could put anything else on, frankly.
Yeah. And if we get Transformers, that's like 100 hours a week to fill. And yet, it'll still be one women's match before the main event every time. And this isn't us being Bernard Wright-ons or anything like that. It's just there's so many talented people there who are not getting their chance to shine, where Chris fucking Jericho's out there every sodding week.
Well, on that, I think, didn't she end the article going, oh, maybe Ring of Honor gets a TV deal, at least we'll see Athena on TV, because we'll see every fucking other Ring of Honor champion on AEW.
I would love to see Athena on AEW. She's the one of them I'm like, please.
Yeah.
Give me Athena.
Athena comes in and just kills everyone. Like, not even, like, even kayfabe. She just brings a gun. Like, just
every match starts with Athena in the corner.
That's how I'd win every match.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just kind of, and it's not the first time we've said this, and it probably won't be the last, but it's just disheartening. It's just disheartening when you've got such good people in there, and it's WWE as well. Like, you've got such amazing talent in there, and all you get is one person going after one person, and then that's done. And then we get the next one in. Right, that's that again. Why not have moving parts? Like the damage control stuff they did was tremendous in WWE with the backbitiness and the snidiness and not understanding Japanese and all of that stuff. It wasn't great, but it was something. You know what I mean? It led to feuds and things. Whereas with this, you've got now
people are watching. And again, I don't watch it on a weekly basis, but whenever I hear about NXT, I hear the women at the show. The women they're actually going. Shawn Michaels has actively said, like, we have to look at it sometimes and go, bloody hell, how do we get a men's match in here? Because the women are at the highlight, and apparently they bookended the show and they had the biggest match. They've got apparently the men's division there is shite. Like, it's a complete reverse thing. So it's like, you can do it, put some time into it. There was one more thing on Dynamite to get off that. The main event, we had 2 returns Powerhouse Hobbs was the mystery partner for Ricochet, and
who has come back after eating a house? Question mark. The man's huge. I know he's called Powerhouse Hobbs, but there's no reason to actually be a house. Like, they should send him to where there's been like natural disasters and people could live in him. He's huge.
Yeah, you're right. He's ridiculously massive.
Good to see him though.
Very good.
And it was a fun match as well, to be fair.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I just don't remember
anything
about it, to be honest.
Again, it was kind of Ricochet's moment in the sun is already starting to dwindle because now it'll be fine. Like I said, there's factions upon factions in AEW. Sometimes too many of them. But once Hurt Syndicate, get going.
Painful organization.
Then it's the new Acolytes Protection Agency, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. It was a good Dynamite. Didn't watch.
But we had Will as well, because that was the second return, because it just conveyor belt of people coming out at the end, wasn't it? And then Ospreay's music hit.
I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, I think I might have fallen asleep at that point, or turned it off. I was doing something else. But yeah, when's Full Gear? Is that like?
We'll be doing predictions next week for it.
So 2 week off, right? Because the card for that looks fairly solid so far. But then it's
we've got Swerve and Lashley. That was at the start of the show. He's challenged that's confirmed. Mox and Orange Cassidy. I assume Kyle Fletcher and Ospreay is going to happen there now.
Probably yes. Let me Let me have a look.
Building up. I didn't watch Collision, but I would like to point out that I did watch the Julia Hart video. As much as we talk about the women, I was like, okay, there's some.
Oh yeah, the video was very good.
It was a really good video. Yep. Really, really good video.
Very much enjoyed that. It was a bit weird. I forgot. Oh my God, Julia used to be a cheerleader. That was the thing. I forgot all about it. I used to think about that a lot.
Yeah.
There was also Nick Wayne stapling a picture of his dead dad to AR Fox's head as well in Collision, I remember. So why not? Sure. He made Kip hold him, and I thought he was going to do a betray. Yeah. Full Gear so far. Big Boom. The guy from Walmart or Kmart. Him and his little kid.
The guy who was briefly the top-rated wrestler on Cage Match.
Yeah, why not? I saw the clip from when he was on Jimmy Kimmel with him, his son, and an enchanted frog that's become human? Question mark. I don't know. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't use TikTok.
Either.
I'm a 43-year-old man. But whatever. It's QT Marshall. So he's got a day off from trying to sell used cars on the turnpike.
Good for him.
Yeah, that's pre-show anyway. And thing is, apparently your man used to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
So it'll be all right, if nothing else. I'm assuming that little kid's going to come in and do some... I don't even know what their thing is. All I saw was the clip of Jimmy Kimmel and them going boom all the time.
I don't know. The Costco guys? I don't know what that is. I don't know.
I don't fucking care, to be honest. MJF versus Adam Cole and or Roderick Strong, depending on how that pairs out.
Yeah, that could be a triple threat as well.
Yeah. Jay White against Adam Page. For reasons, I can't remember why. Private Party and the Outrunners versus 2 other teams, which I think being decided either tonight or over the next 2 weeks will be the other 2 teams for the tag championships.
Yeah, it'll be Dynamite and Collision, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the promo for the Outrunners promo for that was fucking tremendous. We're going to get the belts. Oh, you son of a bitch. And I fucking love the Outrunners. Like,
it's so good.
I mean, Private Party aren't losing it yet because it's hard won.
Be very sad if they did.
It would be a slap in the face. Mercedes Moné against Chris Statlander. Yawn. Strickland against Lashley. Perry against Danny Garcia. That has had good story to it, but
yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good match.
It'd be a good match. And then Mox against Cassidy. So that's 8 matches on the card. So there's only another 10 to go. They're going to get the ghost of Mystic Meg versus, let's say, Serpentico. Yeah.
I would love to see Serpentico lose that.
She just pulls her wig off and throws it at him. But yeah, I kind of have that thing now with AEW where it's not like a priority for me to watch it. Like,
sorry, say that again. I missed that. What did you say?
It's not AEW for me is no longer like a priority for me to watch it. It's not like Thursday morning, get up, right, gotta watch Dynamite. Because I'm just like, yeah, it's fine, but it's just not gripping me the way some bits are tremendous and stuff, but it's the fluff in between. And Rampage, I don't know. Does anything happen on Rampage that affects anything else? Or is it just here's some matches, fucking knock yourselves out, kids? Like,
not. So I watched it for the first time in ages last week, and It was fine.
And I'll
There was
put
a
Collision
bit-
on like when
yeah.
I'm washing up or whatever. But
Yeah.
again, it's just, and I don't like, because I still love wrestling. Like I've been to countless shows and stuff this year. Well, did 3 in one weekend, and it's just I don't know whether I'm not burnt out on it. It's just not gripping me. It just doesn't have that thing at the moment for me, and I don't know what it is. I don't know.
No, I'd agree. I still watch it, but I generally enjoy it. But I'm not. It's not like, oh, I must watch this immediately. Sometimes I watch it several days later,
Yeah,
and it's like,
and I
okay,
have stuff spoiled, and like it's fine because
yeah.
it isn't that big a. It's like, oh, someone came out and now that match is a 3-way match, or I don't know. I don't know whether it's just me being a grumpy bastard. I don't know.
I feel the same. I used to wake up on a Thursday and be like, I'm going to put this on while I get ready for work and I wait on the cow and all that stuff. But I'll still do that. But sometimes I go, oh shit, I didn't put it on this morning.
Yeah.
Whereas when I wake up on a Tuesday, generally I'm like, oh, bang on roll while I'm getting ready, see what's going on, and I skip through lots. I don't sit there and
it's
watch
3
it all,
hours.
but
It's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
there's only 2 at the moment. Great, actually, I forget about that. But it also makes me quite sad at the same time. So I'm like, this was, especially for you, because
the thing that dragged me back.
Got you back in. I was already watching. It just excited me, and it was like, okay, I'm done with WWE for a good while. We did that pod after SummerSlam. And it makes me sad. And I also feel like whenever you bring up something, it's like, oh, you're being a hater. I'm like,
like I said, AEW was the thing that brought me back into this. And through that, I've met so many interesting people, so many people I call friends now. I've been to countless shows. I've met people. I'm doing this. I'm going to fucking Morecambe to talk in front of people.
We are literally putting on a fan convention no one asked for anymore.
Yeah. It's not that I hate the product. Oh, I love the thing. It's just not gripping me at the moment. And that might just be me.
No, I feel the same. Anything we say comes out of a good place. Like, I'm not hating. It's literally, I'm not watching WWE. It's literally the only one thing I'm watching regularly, because New Japan isn't something you can watch regularly because it's a weird schedule.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 weeks of insanity, and then it's very Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me being a grumbly boy, but that's just my tuppence worth. Is that like it's just not at the moment. It's just not doing it for me, and that's fine. I know a lot of people are enjoying it.
Have you seen it made me laugh actually. So I'm not always his biggest fan. Brian Alvarez, and he does a show with like Dave Meltzer.
Yeah,
right.
The Wrestling Observer. Have you seen the clip of like Alvarez just losing his shit at Dave Meltzer?
No.
Over AEW. So he does a show with someone called Vinny. I don't know who that is. And he's like, what the fuck is going on with like Beast Mortis? Like, Beast Mortis is in LFI. He said, but Roderick Strong's trying to recruit him.
Yeah.
And he was like, and then he went, I talked to Dave, and Dave said he's been texting Tony Khan, and Tony Khan's been telling him stuff that apparently we're all supposed to know, but it's never been mentioned on TV at all. And he's like, how are we, as a viewer, meant to know this when it's in your head and you're not actually putting it out there?
Yeah, you've got to at least put a card up saying, and then the Beast Mortis was friends with, like...
Yeah.
And then...
And he's a lawyer.
So that's clip 1. And then clip 2 is a net show, and Dave's there. And Dave's just, like, proper defending it. And he goes, like, I don't even know why they're calling him Frank. He went, Brian's like, I know why they're calling him Frank. He went, but the average viewer doesn't know why they're calling him Frank. And then Dave Meltzer goes, yeah, do you know that he's a lawyer as well? And
yeah, I knew that.
Brian Alvarez goes, oh, for goodness sake.
That was
shit on my TV.
That was explained. That was explained a couple of times, him being called Frank and the fact he was a lawyer. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not watching.
I think it was mentioned, but it might have been on Collision, which Ellis may or may not have seen. And also,
they were talking about Collision, to be fair. Like, but Alvarez was saying,
I remember this. So, like,
Alvarez was saying, he was like, I know why it's happening. I know, like, the backstory. He said, but
to the average layman,
and he basically went, there's stuff that we are meant to know that's not being put on TV, but Meltzer knows because Tony Khan's been texting.
Well, that's not.
But yeah, he's like basically slowly having a breakdown at the lack of logic of stories. Which is quite.
I'm kind of getting there with some of it. Yeah.
Can I sign up for Tony Khan's?
It can be better. And they've shown they can be better. And as I said, it just makes me sad at times. The one that makes me really sad at times when I watch it, and it came up on my feed the other day, and I'm not saying this for the same, but when you see the videos of Rampage, Best Dance, or whatever it was called, when Punk came out, and I'm like, fucking hell, look at that arena. That is a nearly 20,000 arena for Rampage. And when Dynamite comes on or Collision comes on, and the camera's like shifted to the right, and it's all dark. But I know in my head why that is the case. And I'm like, It used to be all lit up. It used to be the wide pan camera. You could see everything. Like, please.
Just make it make sense, is all I'm saying. The other two qualifiers, it's FTR against House Black tonight, and then
Nice.
La Faction Inganoble, kind of really what it is, against the Acclaimed. So hopefully Roosh and Beast Mortos, Frank.
And the Acclaimed teasing a split as well.
I think Bowen should go on his own because Caster's a prick anyway, isn't he? Like in the really real world. So and Bowens would do better. Bowen's the more charming of the two.
Sure.
Especially on Twitter when Mariah May keeps trying to like sex him up.
I've not seen this.
There was something about going to like he was going to miniature golf, and she's like, "Well, just hurry up and get your balls in my hole," and stuff like that. It's just really kind of punny, carry on style stuff. But he's just like, I'm gay every time. Like, just a good running joke. Like, Anyway, we're not here to be negative about it because it's still fun and the pay-per-views are still great and there's still great matches and stuff. It just needs a bit of
But you should have to watch every week. I don't want it to be like I can just watch the pay-per-views and that feeds me.
That's why I do with WWE, because you explain the rest of it to me and I'm like, all right, I'll go and watch that match or that bit. But I ain't got the time to dedicate that. I've got kissing to do on the internet. Not on the internet, and in Veilguard. I still not managed to kiss anyone. I'm furious. I bought a man a tea set and he still won't let me kiss him because I let his city get burnt to the ground. I mean, come on.
RPGs like this out of context. Being very strange.
Mate, I should have seen it in Inquisition. Just kissing everyone. The right little kissing slag, me, yeah. Anyway, that's that, yeah.
Thank you for listening.
We'll
be back next week as we as our anxiety increases week on week, and we'll be doing our full gear predictions next week. So
once we've got a PA sorted, Ellis, I'll be a lot more calm. I've already sourced the Bailey. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
A Randy Orton wristband?